All right, welcome to season
3?
Season 3,
sure.
Man. It is season 3. It's 2023. It's been a long time. We've missed you guys. We've been deplatformed due to our controversial things that we talk about, from transvestites handling guns with toddlers to backing LGBTQ happy hour with children. So we've gotten deplatformed, but we are back. This is Sweet D. This is the Power of Pessimism podcast. It's 2023. It's going to be a great year. We want people to listen because we are back and we are pissed about shit that should be pissed about. Maybe not pissed. We're just irritated. And we have who next to me over here to the right?
Waka Waka DJ Johnny Lawrence in his house.
Oh, yes. And over to the left over here, who do we have?
Oh, this is producer Wes.
Rockstar Poon Smasher.
Allegedly.
Smasher.
He's a Poon Smasher, dude.
What is a poon?
Poonanny.
Question in GQ.
Hey, smell my fingers. You want to know what poon is? Smell my fingers.
I have a new name.
What is it?
Snowbike Jimmy.
Okay,
Snowflake Jimmy?
Snowbike Jimmy.
Bike.
If you hadn't seen a
that's
snowbike,
right.
you haven't lived.
We just went to
I heard
Montana.
about the snow bikes.
We just came back from
I was
Bozeman,
so cool.
Big Sky.
So cool.
Was it?
Yeah, I was awesome.
The Power of Pessimism podcast went to Montana and skied in Big Sky, which the people were awesome. Everything was fantastic, but it was fucking cold as ball sacks.
And they said it was the biggest snow event they had seen.
20 years.
They had seen in memory.
Yeah, we have friends in Bozeman that now live here with us down south. And he told me that his friends were calling and saying it was a 20-year storm.
Wow.
It was like, what was it? The dates.
Let's give the
dates.
Two and a half feet.
The dates were end of January, early February.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
It was
cool,
snow if you were young and can ski well.
Hey, was it Colombian?
GQ banged a Yeti.
Was it
female.
snow Colombian?
We found a Yeti female.
I found a Yeti. What'd you say?
Was it snow Colombian?
No, because I tried it. All it did was give me a
Just
headache.
bang a Yeti. They don't talk.
No,
it was nuts. And we went to a restaurant at the top of Big Sky.
Oh, how'd we get there?
By the way, Big Sky is so tiny. It is a tiny, tiny town.
But the mountain is big.
Massive and beautiful and wonderful. And we went to, what was that restaurant, 88888 something.
Don't know the name.
They're not giving us any money, so I'm not going to give you the name.
Hey,
but
it's not the size of the ship, it's the emotion of the ocean.
That's right.
Just
That's
remember
when
that.
you.
Can the
That's what
motion
you
of
say when you have a small penis.
how is the
I'm
motion?
just saying in general.
How's the motion of the ocean on a ski lift at negative degrees?
Yeah.
Going up now, coming down, it was even worse.
Yeah,
it was
the wind was
negative
coming up
20.
into the bubble. You pull a bubble over you.
So did you
my
guys
God.
do some Brokeback Mountain stuff?
We thought about it.
Yeah.
I think
Stay
we
warm.
Allegedly.
did. Hey, I
Stay
think
warm.
we did, but none of us can remember.
My flaccid,
was
my
late.
flaccid penis was frozen in flaccid mode, so
That's
nobody wanted
so
any of
late.
that.
Oh man,
It was so cold, dude. It was unbelievable. It really was. Coming down, and who's the genius that came up with us going to eat at 7 p.m.? You don't have to answer this. At 7 p.m. on an exposed goddamn 6-man quad lift where they said that it was
heated.
They said the shit was heated. And dude, we're stupid. We're just stupid.
Why would you do that?
But Big Sky,
And it was expensive. The restaurant was very expensive. What did you eat?
oh,
What did you order?
I had like some ravioli shit.
It
was great though. It was great.
I split it with my lover, the guy that was next
Your
to me.
man friend.
And we
Nothing
had,
wrong with that.
We had a salad we split, and
Tossed
then we
it?
had
Did
that
you toss it too?
pork. Probably.
Yep.
Dude,
Because he's pretty cute.
they were making out so much, I couldn't even make it up.
They were, I was sitting on a couch at my table. I was very comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah. And Heavy was next to me. He had good food. The food was wonderful.
It was so cold.
Here's a question
that my mind, body, and soul does not remember anything because it was mitigating the damage of my frozen body coming down. I can't remember anything.
It's good for your joints.
All I remember is me pulling because I'm a tiny man, pulling my legs up in the thing while y'all are all screaming about how bad your legs were. And the screaming actually helped because in this tube, all of our, carbon exposure and yelling.
Dioxide.
It made everything warmer. Thank God.
But you passed out.
You probably guys were hugging each other too, though. That probably made it warmer too.
Naked and shit.
And let me tell you, when you get that fucking cold, you will hug another man. You will. I'm not kidding.
I did.
Yeah. Cold. Jack Frost was gay.
Yeah.
They know no difference. They don't, and I get it.
And we support the LGBTQ XYZ people. So it's whatever.
And
I would have crawled up in Danny the tranny's anus like in Empire Strikes Back for warmth.
I probably wouldn't.
It was that bad. Stop it.
It'd have been
it was
consensual.
that fucking bad.
Here was a question that we all faced when we were up at this on the mountain in the middle of the plant in the middle of the continent. Why were there fish dishes? Did you get a fish dish?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Nobody
eats fish in Montana.
No, you don't. We had tartar.
That was kind of
elk tartar.
For listeners out there that don't know tartar, it's uncooked meat.
Oh, it's awesome. For
mixed with mayonnaise.
Elk was good.
Wasn't
it too gamey?
No, not at all.
It wasn't great.
Beautiful. It was awesome.
It wasn't great.
Nah, it wasn't. It had an
You're not going to
egg.
serve it at your kid's bar mitzvah.
And I don't eat eggs. And
I mean, you could have salmon because there's a lot of salmon in
which is normal.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, not that far.
No?
Inland.
Okay. Inland.
They had brown trout. I'm not doing that.
Dude, I dropped a brown trout this morning. Is that what we got served?
Did it swim upstream?
I don't know.
Swim up back into you?
Is a floater.
The elusive brown trout. Okay, well, some of the topics is Eminem's diversity, and I don't mean the rapper. Eminem, I've heard, has gotten rid of their little caricatures.
Yes,
because they were
too sexy.
What?
Wait, I thought they were getting pushed to do one that is more LGBTQ sexy.
No, they had one that was a lesbian.
Kind of a RuPaul thing.
The green wasn't the green one that was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And then people got upset about it. Fox News was all like, "Oh God, they fucking woke candy now."
You mean the same company that owns Eminem told the company that they own Fox News to? And this is
it's all a marketing.
Yeah, I'm just
to sell more candy.
I don't know that they own each other, but I swear to God, they're all tied in.
So
they created controversy.
That's old school. That's old school money. They all fucking are related, and they're all fucking sleeping with each other.
Producer Wes, can you look at the sales of Eminem after they did this? So let's be clear here. Which side did they take? They said we're not gonna or we're going to.
You're talking about Mars.
The Mars company. Yeah.
Mars or Hershey. Hershey owns M&M's.
So
Mars might own all that. We can look that up too. Mars,
it's a Mars Corporation.
Mars? I don't know.
I know that, and there is tied, which is probably tied into Disney, CNN, Fox News. I mean, they're all tied into corporatocracy, dude.
Bezos owns it all, right?
No. Bezos
is no
not.
Controversy.
It's
not
the Jewish family out of England.
Typical.
I'm not
the
saying
Rothschilds.
What?
Oh my God, we just got deplatformed.
There's a red dot on the wall.
On your head.
On the wall.
What does that mean? There's somebody about to shoot me. Well, they're not aiming very well.
That's a warning.
We want that guy.
It said, do not mention the Rothschilds again.
Here's another good point. Well, he's doing research. Space sex. Yeah. Elon Musk's space sex.
Did he
probes? They've shot probes unbeknownst to me.
What kind of probe?
And y'all too, I would guess, to Venus. And they're at Venus.
Cool.
And they are taking photographs of things you would not have thought were on Venus.
Like what?
Structures.
Pyramids.
Structure.
Pyramids. There are pyramids on Venus.
Could be a crystal.
My penis is a pyramid.
Yes.
It's that wide and that small at the top.
So, it's not SpaceX. It's Rocket Lab, who's a SpaceX competitor.
Where are they based
I was just watching Elon talk. Go ahead.
They're launching a probe
to Uranus.
Wait, they already did. See, that's the thing.
They're not even. They haven't even launched it. They're considering doing the research to launch it.
Keep digging, dude.
I haven't found anything that said SpaceX
They've already.
is doing that.
What you're telling me? They've probed.
Go
Uranus.
Elon Musk, because that's how I found it on YouTube, which does not sponsor us, but I found it on YouTube, and there's Venus probes out there that are finding weird things.
So what you're telling me?
We're not here to,
What you're telling me is
go look it up for you guys for yourselves.
They have probed Uranus.
Bing bong bing.
But they haven't Venus probed Venus.
God, I hate when that Venus gets around my anus.
Wow. She's probable.
Keep digging.
I still haven't found anything.
Okay,
about
I'm going to
that.
show you. I'm going to dig it up on YouTube, and we'll do what we're talking about. Anyway, so there could be things out there, probes out there that are seeing things that we're not used to.
How long does it take to communicate from Venus back to Earth?
Oh, probably. It depends on where you're at in the orbit. Like if we're opposite on the solar system, probably like 30 minutes or so. But if we're close to each other, probably like 7 minutes.
I was thinking 30 days,
dude. That's
no.
Okay.
Communication?
Yeah.
You're talking, just that's the speed of light.
Light speed.
Yeah. We're 7 minutes from the sun.
Light speed.
7 minutes from the sun.
Light takes
miles per second.
7 minutes to get from
I know that.
Yeah. So if the sun exploded right now, we wouldn't know for 7 minutes.
Mm.
And while you were looking stuff up on YouTube, I thought about another topic. Usually we just put, while we're doing the podcast, we'll pull up Pornhub, but we can't do that in Louisiana anymore.
What?
Yeah.
You know why?
No.
So y'all know the LA Wallet app, right?
By the way, we don't pull up Pornhub.
yes.
There's so many other free ones that are way
Producer
better.
Wes, yes, I can pull up Pornhub because I verified myself.
You verified
You
your
went
age.
through the so now
That man loves
John Bell Edwards knows what kind of cuckold, like fucking weird multi-gender shit you look up on
They
Pornhub.
already
dudes
knew. They
You mean
already
dudes
knew.
with tits?
No, John Bell Edwards didn't know. Probably NSA knew, but
John Bell Edwards
Hey, look.
watches this shit too with me.
yeah,
Look,
I believe that.
Producer Wes.
That's very
Look, I'm here to tell you, dude. They already knew all that information.
You're probably right.
They already did.
The
but,
point I was trying to get at.
Go ahead.
The LA Wallet app. They make you verify through the same company that
Louisiana
uses
app.
that.
There's an app for
and you have to pay for it. So that's just a law that says it's a tax on people that watch porn, which is probably more than half the population. I'm sorry. So
How dare them?
it's a porn tax. That's all it is.
But no,
I mean,
you
I
can do a
don't care.
VPN.
Absolutely.
And then not even...
Right, but then
Wait a
most
minute,
VPN services
y'all.
are paid anyway. So
Is this real? Is this real?
this
dude?
is
It is
real.
real.
Yeah.
So what
Go
you're
to Pornhub
telling
on
me
your
in
phone right now.
America, in America, we're about to be taxed on pornography.
It's already
and visual.
It went into effect at the beginning of January.
Oh my
It's now
God.
happened.
But it was
Because you know
just
how much
for
money
Pornhub.
is in porn?
Not just Pornhub. It's any site that's more than 1/3 pornography has to go through the state mandated LA Wallet age verification.
So you're telling me my
process.
Snapchat's about to get taxed?
I don't know if they're going to care. Probably not.
This is really interesting,
yeah.
dude.
I had
Reddit
no
doesn't do
idea.
it.
I had no
Reddit
idea.
doesn't verify it, but Reddit's mostly porn. I don't get that.
Reddit?
No.
Yeah, it's not mostly
That's
porn.
Serena Williams' husband guy? Isn't it? Is that him?
No, Reddit is a web. It's the most popular
Yes,
No, but
website. on the
you
internet.
started Serena Williams' husband.
Wait, really?
Williams' husband.
Yes.
No, you're
owns
right.
I didn't know
Reddit.
that.
Yep.
No, you're right.
Serena
dude.
Williams
Learn something new every day.
is married to a white guy.
Okay.
Just letting you know that.
A dumpy white guy
Great.
who owns a porn site.
Yes.
That is fucking brilliant.
He better be hung like a beast because that woman is sexy as hell.
She is. But
Sexy, big sexy, but dude, you better be a
Hey.
big dude to handle that.
since I'm colored, I could say this, but it's really funny how she's promoting black women and black men, but she marries a white guy.
Right. Always.
Just-
She was a
I'm
say,
just
not as a dude.
Always,
throwing
you
it out
guys,
there.
It's weird.
Because white guys rule, dude.
Yeah.
She's the greatest tennis player, African American, white, whatever. She's the greatest female tennis player that has ever played. And
Agreed.
I think she's big, sexy. And what does she want? A white boy.
A small
All
white
right,
dick.
Can I get a
Super
high five?
small white
Give me a
dick.
high five.
Super
Give me a high
rich white
five,
guy.
dude.
Super
Good on you,
rich.
Serena.
Super rich white
Dude,
guy.
I
fucking
knew I
wealthy.
liked you. You're not racist. You don't care about toxic white males because we don't exist.
No.
We're cool, man.
Every male is fucking toxic.
Well, we're cool.
All we care about is pussy.
We're so entrenched in white toxic masculinity, we don't even see it in ourselves. That's
Look, man, I think that this podcast, I'm going to speak for all of us. We
strike that.
Love women and everything that is woman, and we back them 100%. And maybe in the 50s, we squashed them a little because we were scared.
No, not me.
No, people, whatever. Honkies. No, I'm just kidding, dudes. Honkies. But because they were
crackheads.
Women are so smart. They have their weaknesses like we do, men do. But who did you cheat off of in high school? Was it a dude? No, it was a girl. Who was the smartest person in the college classroom? A girl.
I didn't really cheat in high school.
Say.
By the way, who was the prettiest thing in the college classroom? A girl.
There was a guy.
They're too fucking good.
Dude, he's a model. He became a model.
You know him today.
Yeah.
And his name is.
He likes eyes.
Jeff Kudla. You're talking about the model that everybody. No, you don't have to. That everybody was in love with.
Oh, I was talking about myself.
I thought it was definitely. Well, I won't say it again.
I was this guy's wingman. This guy was fascinating.
We all had a wingman.
Yeah. I was the wingman.
Right. We all had a wingman. And we get the scraps.
Oh, I had no wingman.
Hey, Jimmy, I've seen younger pictures of you, and you have to be the wingman.
Yeah, I was terrible. Yeah. I was picking up scraps in that wake, boy. Let me tell you.
Okay, so if we're going to do on this topic, let's do it right. It's talking about guys, girls, relationships. Guys chase girls. We chase girls. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And what's so sad to me right now with this generation is the girls have been kind of programmed to think that compliments, opening doors for them, doing sweet things that our parents definitely here in the South taught us to do.
That'll pass.
They take offense to that, and that makes me sad more than anything.
Women's lived in the 60s, 70s, got good in the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s it exploded.
But those girls were fighting for rights back then. Now they don't have to.
I see that. I hear what you're saying, and I heard something the other day. Eventually, it's going to come back that a strong male that is leading people will be appreciated again.
Toxic masculinity.
But when is that going to happen? Because these males
it's coming.
Nowadays
toxic
are a bunch of pansies.
Alert.
There's a lot of stuff that is changing. A lot of things that are changing in the next 20 years.
We don't. And what? Like what?
Well, if you
chicks are going to be like subservient to us, which is awesome. That would be great, ladies. I'm just here to tell you,
the world will change. So,
if y'all were just sweet to dudes and like jammed on our, downstairs all the time and let us rock your body, like Michael Jackson said, let us rock your body.
And what was he talking about? What body was he talking about?
Oh, he was talking about my nephew.
Misunderstood.
7-year-old boy.
He was talking about 6-year-old nephew. But
Macaulay Culkin, poor
if
thing.
we treated the women like, and they treated us like that, there would be like total harmony on the planet.
That is.
They've got what we want, and we'll go find what they want.
Yeah.
If you rock the dong, I will fight a great white shark for Kate Upton.
Buy you a thong.
If she said, hey, I'm going to be your best friend forever.
Yeah, but you know,
Kate Upton.
We're talking about half the population of the guys, right?
I don't know.
The other half the population of the guys still feel that women are inferior and should be subservient and all this.
In other countries.
No, here, even in the States.
Oh.
Yeah, come on.
Well, but you can't say it.
Oh, I'm saying it.
I know, but you're saying that
there's a lot of pussy ass guys out there that feel that they have small dicks and think that women are inferior to them.
Oh, you're talking about Asian pornography.
No.
Maybe.
Wow, those guys have tiny penises. What is that?
You're going back to some of the earliest notes on this podcast, which was, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, and we need to touch on that.
Pussification of America.
Yeah.
That was a topic that we talked about a lot. Initially, you can go back and listen to it. I'm not going to do it. But that was coined by this podcast.
Pussification of America was coined by the Power
Podcast.
And it's about to get trademarked too.
And that ebb is now starting to flow.
Guys,
it's going the other way.
Check this. y'all are seeing what's happening with CDC, Fauci, and all these other things, and the COVID, and all the things that are being released by the CDC and FDA. Go back. We called that shit.
Yep.
We called every single one.
Conspiracy theories.
We were conspiracy.
I want to touch on the CDC and COVID and Fauci shit, right?
You have to tell me because I don't follow that shit.
I had a lot of friends and family and shit that on my ass. I'm not vaccinated. I don't plan to ever get vaccinated.
He looks unvaccinated.
I'm very sickly looking.
He's got great cover.
I got very sickly
unhealthy.
looking, right? So
very healthy.
So they kept bugging me and said, "You're gonna fucking die. This is gonna happen to you." Now, when it comes to number 17, what vaccine is it?
The new variant
Yeah.
or new vaccine for the variant?
New vaccine for the variant, or whatever, the boosters.
17? Really?
I don't even know what it is. They are like, we're done. We're not taking these boosters anymore.
Right. The money's gone.
Money's gone, and the whole fear-mongering thing is gone.
Okay.
So I look at him and go, look, so what's the difference between me and you when you're bitching me out, calling me this and that, and you're not doing it now? Because shelf life of a vaccine, they say in your body is 6 months, right?
Is it
somewhere in that state? That's why you have a new booster comes out every 6 to 8 months. So now they are going against what Fauci's saying. It used to be 50% of the population or 60% of the population was vaccinated.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than that. Now you'll see that drop even further down because they're not doing it. Because the vaccine, Fauci, is bullshit.
Have you heard this? Correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all know better than I am. The countries that the vaccines did not work. Take China, because China's going to fucking lie about every statement that government makes is a lie. They're not going to tell you what's really happening. That's just the way they are. They think that's normal.
Hey, Jimmy, it's lost in translation.
No, it's a lie. So they'll lie about numbers from everything to population to vaccinations to what do you call it when you have
communism,
immunity, herd immunity.
Herd immunity.
Okay.
Which
so
they've agreed that worked.
They knew.
Sweden,
now they know that
Norway,
in the United States it worked this well. But there are 2 or 3 countries where the vaccination rates were not necessarily high, and they had herd immunity is when you actually get COVID and then you get better, and then you're naturally immune, right?
Yes.
Is it Sweden?
Sweden didn't do any vaccinations.
It's a Scandinavian thing.
Yeah, Sweden did.
And they didn't close the place.
Nope.
The kids went to school the whole time.
100%.
And the numbers now.
Because they're smarter, taller, better looking than us.
Right. And I'm asking y'all, because I'm regurgitating information I heard weeks ago. Those countries actually have proven the fact that, look, jumping on this bandwagon that everybody has to take a vaccination or you lose your job, those people need to fuck off.
100%.
And who are those people?
Well, now it's
put a label on it. In the United States,
that said that
in the United States, I'm not saying France. I'm not saying New Zealand. That woman just fucking got out of office. She left.
Right, the science doesn't back them anymore, and they're freaking out.
Okay, so who are those people who jumped the gun and put some people at risk?
Gee,
anybody that was
that's
Trump?
everyone.
Had
Was
anybody
it Trump?
Trump was what part of it? Had anybody that had any sorts of gains to gain out of this fucking
Fauci just got $135 million payoff.
There you go. The gains.
Well,
working with Pfizer. And
I want to know if
Moderna.
Fauci is fucking actually vaccinated or not.
And Wes, oh God, that's a great question.
They gave him a shot,
Wes,
but it wasn't. It was
while
saline.
Saline, yeah, fuck yeah.
Firing these things around.
Yeah.
Check us to see if we're wrong. I don't think we are, and you could look back.
Look,
but,
you could text.
but we have Wes. Wes is on the. Wes thinks we're all a little bit full of shit, which is great.
The numbers break us out.
No, which is great. We need him to debunk anything that we're saying is bullshit.
100%. And I've been called out, and I've always been proven right. So I'm okay with it.
This is true.
Weird.
I have done that to you personally. I'm like, you were right. All right.
It's weird whenever your conspiracy theories start coming true in America. They're coming true.
There's also a
it's
saying.
Jammed. It's weird. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to win. We're going to America's going to prevail, but
hey, do you want to go?
Holy shit, it's going to get weird.
America is going to prevail.
I mean, more weird.
Wait. So when talk about, can we talk about the Super Bowl later?
Super Bowl? Yeah. Oh, Super Bowl.
What I talked to you about on the phone.
It's sports. Yeah.
Sports.
Rigged sports.
Rigged sports. So there's a guy, and he has this posting since 2008 or 9 of his Super Bowl winning predictions.
Oh, okay. Give him.
Right, and it's labeled out there for everybody to see.
Dude, we're going to make y'all money out there, boys.
He has not lost yet. So this year's Super Bowl winner, he already had it out.
Can I guess?
No. Let him hit it and see if you... Go ahead, guess.
Guess.
There's only 2 to pick from.
It's got to be a good quarterback. It's either going to be next year or tomorrow. Next week?
2 weeks.
I think Jalen Hurts wins.
Projection is Philadelphia. You're right.
Okay.
Next year's winner. Who do you think next year's winner is going to be?
Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good
The year after that.
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait, my favorite team,
Kansas City. It's going to be Mahomes again.
Joe
Burrow.
Is that what he said?
Mahomes.
When does Burrow win?
Actually, Burrow wins.
Does Burrow win ever?
The year after, actually. He does.
Because we love Joe Burrow.
He wins the year after.
We're Joe Burrow
And guess who wins after that?
Tom Brady.
Michael Jackson.
Jacksonville.
They're coming.
Oh, but he hasn't
Easter Island guy. What's his name? Trevor Lawrence. He looks like Easter Island.
This. He has projected these people, and it's been out there since 2008. It's on his little thing when he posted it.
Is he a time traveler?
I don't know.
Biff?
But I'm like, motherfucker. I should have.
Does he have a flux capacitor?
He has a flux capacitor.
You can get that.
He has crazy white hair.
So he's okay.
At Home Depot. Really.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're making a prediction now.
Bet on
always right.
Let's bet on Philly next.
Philly. Philly's favored to win. So you're not going to win much.
What about the spread? Because we're all heavy gamblers now.
Yeah, what's the spread?
Because of the sports book. We have sports books here in town. We got them on our phone. It's a wonderful thing. So, is it even, Steven? Is it
2.5?
Are you betting the line? But it's, so this predictor, man, is it the line, or is it
just whoever wins the money line?
Okay,
that's the money line.
You, folks, ladies and gentlemen, you have to figure that out on your own. But Philly's gonna win the game.
So
and is
next
there a
year,
better story?
I'm going to put a fucking bet on Buffalo winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the beginning of the year.
And the next year is Mahomes.
Mahomes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
And then it's going to be Lawrence.
He's our
And I was kind of pissed off. Okay, where the fuck are my Niners? Motherfucker.
They lost
and my Cowboys.
All of them.
Nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Well, the deal with the Cowboys.
Who are they going to get as a quarterback? It's not going to be Dak.
Purdy.
Dak's going somewhere.
They say this. By the way.
Shoulder.
No. He's out for 6 weeks.
We're in Sports Corner right now, and this deserves talking. Purdy for the San Francisco 49ers. A kid who came in, and his dad was there and his mom for this first game as a pro, and the kid has rocked it.
Mr. Irrelevant in the last pick of the fucking draft.
And he's got balls and chutzpah.
Yes.
It's for you kids out there. It doesn't matter. You can be a superstar. Just believe it.
Well, wait a minute.
I mean, Tom Brady, same thing happened with him. Because of Drew Bledsoe's one little small injury. He came in and never stopped.
Do you know that Drew Bledsoe was the highest paid quarterback at the time? I didn't realize that. I've been watching a lot of stuff.
Purdy was a brilliant quarterback in college.
Yep, Iowa State. He was.
He was my college.
He was just off the radar. He was brilliant, right?
Iowa State.
Hey,
but he was kind of off the radar a little bit.
And they lost a lot of games, but he threw for a lot.
I want to let you SEC fans know a little bit here.
Texas sucks.
Because you're Big 12, but you're about to be SEC Texas.
Well, now you
both
like
the championship games, the 3 of the quarterbacks were from the Big 12, except.
They produce good quarterbacks.
Oklahoma.
Hurt started at Bama.
But Oklahoma.
Yeah, but he was SEC.
But Oklahoma.
And
finished it.
Burrow finished it.
We're going to take him in the draft. We're taking Hurts. He's the SEC guy.
Hurts?
He just had to go get a new job.
He said fuck SEC after what happened with him.
He's a ball. He said fuck you, Nick Saban.
Yeah. No, he said fuck Alabama because of what happened. So he considers himself a Sooner now. He was Oklahoma. Purdy was Iowa State.
Yep.
And then
it's a great conference for quarterbacks.
As long as no Nick Saban,
They got Mahomes.
Texas Tech.
Mahomes is special. Burrow is special.
Yes,
Hurts is special and always.
So is Purdy.
I hope Purdy is special.
Purdy is. What he's done over these last 6 games, come in, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You're a kid, and you get thrown on the biggest stage in professional sports, and you do well.
Yeah. With a team that's being competitive and number one in their conference.
You watch film,
easy
you read the defense, you call the play, and you throw it to the guy who's open. It sounds easy.
Yeah. No, it's not when a 400-pound guy that runs a 4.6 is coming at you like a freight train.
Well, and
he calls himself the freight train.
Jalen Hurts, you do a little jig and get around him.
He's
and then
good.
The guy.
But
no, I didn't watch the game.
Yards.
I was on a fucking
he had like
plane
10 rushing attempts with 22 yards.
Good.
He did not do well.
Good.
Yeah, but
because San Francisco has a great defense.
Yeah.
Right.
But they had one of the best defenses.
It was the best defense.
I just think that Hurts is the quietest, best story.
I like Hurts. You know what he went through? What he at any point from him being fucked at Alabama
by Nick Saban.
Tua.
I mean, he lost one game.
Yes.
One fucking game his whole career.
And he had a bad half, and they put Tua in and won in the second half of the national title game.
But even that bad half he had,
story.
His receivers dropped how many passes? We watched the fucking game.
I don't know.
We watched the game.
Jalen Hurts is real.
His receivers dropped so many goddamn passes. It wasn't his fault.
Remember that time when Jalen Hurts was caught in the strip joint beating up girls? Remember that?
What? Is that real?
No.
Exactly.
You remember the last time he got caught with a good kid and he was doing all that bad shit?
He's a good kid.
No.
Remember the time when he got caught and arrested for public intoxication?
Never.
Oh, no, exactly.
No.
What's that Georgia quarterback just happened?
That was Alabama.
Oh, my God. That guy's an idiot.
Bennett.
Yes.
Stetson
Bennett the 17th?
Yeah.
What a pretentious little shit.
My wife hates him. She's like,
I hate him, too.
When he was doing this or something. What was this move?
Yeah.
That was some LSU thing. And she was like, that guy's a prick. And I started to watch, and I was like, I love him. He's awesome. He wins. He's small. He does his thing.
And he's old.
And he's a dick.
And he's old.
And he's a total dick.
Cocky little white fuck.
Is he even going to get drafted? Is he going to even get drafted?
He will. He'll go second
round.
round. They're predicting second round. Yeah.
He'll never be a superstar.
They're not going to pay him. Not after the bullshit he pulled. He just got arrested and was bitching about things.
No,
He's not. Who's his PR person?
Sports has gotten out of control.
They need to get Nunsuggers. Garrett's fucking PR person.
Oh, by the way,
Nungesser.
There is a rumor that the kid from LSU
who went to USC,
Nussmeier, is dating Robbie.
Margot Robbie, but she's
Margot Robbie. It's a lie.
But it's L.A.
It's
okay.
debunked,
They do
dude.
that.
No, it's
That's
debunked.
Bullshit.
Because they have her dating so many other fucking
The
players.
beautiful woman who I just adore is married
to my dick.
But
I wish. No, she.
Wait. Did he go to USC? Where did he end up at? He's not.
No, he's not. I thought he was still at.
No, he left. He's in transfer portal.
Much like a lot of the social media will come up with shit and make it weird, and she never dated any of these people. She's been married, and for some reason, Margot Robbie is so unbelievably beautiful. They are attacking her.
She must be on the wrong side of the line.
Maybe so.
She's conservative.
Because they are going after her. And she's so
she's
not
so
even
cool,
on the
dude.
Who is they going after?
The bad
media,
guy,
TMZ,
the media. Yeah,
all of Hollywood.
Hollywood's turned on her.
Maybe she made it big without giving her ass up, and so they're like, "No, we got to rape you, motherfucker."
Can I say something here in a sec? Women do not appreciate more beautiful women than them.
They do not.
They do not.
The biggest haters of women are women.
Yes. Van Morrison said it. The girls all go out dressed up for each other. Not us. It's a Van Morrison quote. It's a beautiful one.
Am I wrong if I hate a dude because he's better looking than I am?
Are you from Westlake, Louisiana? Maybe.
Fuck yeah, man.
Hey, so you must hate me.
No, guys,
I hate all you bastards.
Okay, let me tell you.
I've seen the mirror.
GQ.
I know what's going on.
GQ. Let me ask you. I mean,
dog it.
Dang it, I lost my train of thought.
How good looking I am?
Yeah, well, of course.
Well, yeah.
But guys don't do... I'm not trying to cause issues or create things.
I get dressed
men are
up
from
for
Venus,
my wife.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yeah, it's normal.
Guys have long-lasting relationships with other guys
with themselves
in a non-sexual way, buddies. But girls don't.
Bareback Mountain.
They don't. Girls don't. They don't like
Maybe
each
not.
other. They see each other as a threat.
Yeah. It's
So-
always if you take the wingman role, you're good.
And for any listener out there who has a girlfriend or a wife or that they get persecuted, dude. They really do. By other women, not us. I love women.
And then those rich and powerful women who have made it and are looked down upon,
Right.
they say men. What they're really saying is that the women in the room don't like them because they
kind of get in the back of the other girls' heads are sellouts.
Can I segue into a question?
Sure.
Okay, we'll have to bring producer back into the fold.
He's there. He's
right
digging
here.
around. He's digging around. He's looking for stuff.
Somebody asked me the other day.
Why can't toddlers have guns?
That's a big one for you.
Dude. My toddler
When
has
are
2
you
guns.
going to start an Instagram? They were talking to me.
We have an Instagram.
Instagram, no, me personally.
Oh, you.
And what are you going to do to become an influencer? Because you're going to make a bunch of money.
I would love to be an adult influencer, but I guess we're not cool
and
enough.
so I'm curious, how do I go about doing that? Because A, what is an influencer? B, how do they make money?
Yeah.
Influencers are people that have
They have followers, for starters.
way too much time on their hands to
okay.
just sit there and all they do is post all day, all fucking day.
Kind
Like,
of applaud those
20
people.
fucking posts a day.
They're just taking advantage of a very temporary situation because this is not going to last,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Instagram, is that what it is?
Sure.
It's all Instagram. It's not Facebook. It's not.
There's other
TikTok,
stuff.
it's all,
TikTok is
man.
probably the biggest one
Okay,
right
but,
now.
but TikTok
Run by
is
China.
run by the Chinese.
China.
So I would
China.
stay away from that.
Yeah.
So I
China.
should go on Instagram.
Sure.
So what do I do every day to be
Post.
create
It
content?
literally doesn't matter. If you go look at
Penis
other...
pics?
Sure. Probably not on Instagram.
My
They don't
penis?
like
No,
that.
I'm kidding,
My
I'm kidding,
penis?
kidding.
Blur it, but, you know.
blur, big blur.
Put just a black bar over it. Like,
And let me preface this, Wes, you know what the hell you're talking about. He is a tech badass.
Right. That's what I'm asking because I don't. So we were all in Montana and we were hanging around and somebody mentions Olivia Dunn.
uh-huh.
What the? I don't know who she is. She's an LSU gymnast, not
Yeah,
from Louisiana. Not from. She makes millions of dollars apparently.
My kids are at LSU.
How is she making money?
My kids are at LSU and they see this girl and you ask, okay, she is hot. Thank you. We're having pizza delivered to the podcast. She is hot, but
He's going to go home and tell that story. I went to this place and delivered.
no
pizza.
hotter than other ones we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
No,
But there
she's
is
not
something special about this
extraordinary. She's
kid.
a blonde.
There's something special about
she's
her.
from Oklahoma. Where's she from?
Not
Not Louisiana.
born in Westwood, New Jersey.
No
New
kidding.
fucking
And she
Jersey.
came down to Louisiana State
was too
and then
cold.
became an influencer.
How was she an influencer in high school? She must have known about that.
She's
then.
a special
I doubt
kid.
that.
I mean, she's
20 years old currently.
God,
She knows
dog,
something.
dude.
She knows
All right,
something.
any of our listeners out there who make $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year,
As an influencer.
$300,000 a year as a professional,
She joined TikTok in 2020, so
this
3
kid
years
in
ago. So
3
yes.
years is making how much a year, give or take?
and who taught her to do that? Her dad?
It is.
No, she
It
figured
is
it out.
crazy. She figured it out. And
I'm good looking.
all my
I'm a
all my
gym
kids that
basketball.
go to LSU think she's like special, dude.
Why?
And she, cause dude, how many followers does this girl have?
What does she do?
She currently has 6.6 million followers.
Holy crap!
That's just TikTok.
And what does she do besides show her
She's
ass
on a roll. No, she doesn't show her ass.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, a little bit. No different than you would see at Hangout Fest and Gulf Shores.
And if her dad is listening, I hope he is. Sorry, dude, but that's, she lives with that for the rest
I'm
of
sure
her
he's
life.
a proud dad.
As long as he's getting some of that money.
I bet you.
As long as
his kid's doing
managing
well. His kid's doing well.
If my son did that, I'd be 100% behind him.
Yeah, man. Look, whatever. Go ahead, Wes.
You go make your money, and so you don't have to put up with any bullshit.
I don't know. Influencers, I'm impressed by the way that they do the things that they do. But I don't fully understand it.
That's like peppers.
We're eating pizza. It's a pizza cast.
I'm not. I'm on a diet. Pizza. No.
Holy
so anyway, so I'm incredibly.
Thank you.
I'm incredibly interested right now in two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Olivia Dunn's ability at LSU, and it's not because we're LSU fans. Anybody.
It's a small university, and she's going international,
and she is making a fortune. Good for her.
Yeah, man. Hats off.
And I always tell my wife when we're talking about it, I say, can you believe that fucker makes more money than I do? I'm not stupid. Mm-mm. I work my ass off. I try to do the right thing, and that guy's crushing me. This girl is sending me to another
on
universe.
A medium that we never saw coming.
Yeah,
don't know anything about. So if we want to become an influencer, I'm curious. We can talk about that later. How do you do that? Because I ain't going to get up at 6 a.m. and show myself on the toilet and say, all right, we got a big meeting today. We got a phone call at 10:30.
Is that what she does?
I mean,
I think so.
It's basically a lot of these influencers. That's what they do. They just they document their life.
Daily shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Content.
It's all about, volume. It's quantity over quality.
It's Truman.
Yeah.
It's a Truman Show.
People idolize something that they can't have, and they see someone like Olivia Dunn, and they're like, oh, my God, I wish I could, be that famous and popular and rich and whatever. And so they feel like they can live vicariously through these Instagram and TikTok influencers.
Is that what it is?
That's all it is.
That David Dobrik, my kiddos thought he was the coolest, and he did some cool things. David Dobrik,
who dat?
He's huge. He's like a superstar. He's Eddie Murphy's size. Anyway, what this kid did when he started getting successful, he would buy his friends cars.
That guy,
expensive cars, Lamborghinis, dude, Porsches. He would buy him a house and he would drop it on him. I love that. The more successful he got, he passed it around.
The more money he made, he bought more cars for more friends. I think
for more friends, man. It's
awesome.
It's totally cool. David Dobrik, and it's old school stuff, but the kid, now he's getting wise. Like, I watched an interview with him a couple days ago. He's talking deep stuff now. Mm-hmm. He's made his fortune. He can be honest. And I love these kids that are that smart to make that kind of money. And once they make their money, they start talking real stuff.
You could say that about artists, musicians, and things through the years. They hit it big with a song, and that song turns into an album. I don't know how it works today because it's a whole different story from when we were kids.
It's more like the socially.
Who are some of the ones you're thinking about, G?
Talking Heads. I don't know. They have one song. I mean,
the Talking Heads were just awesome.
Yeah, but they made a ton of money through the years, but not like Olivia Dunn has over a couple of. I mean, like they made.
That's
money
a great comparison. They had years. Talent,
right?
She's just a figurehead,
and she is talented gymnast, I guess.
And she figured out the system.
Does she figured it out.
Yeah, Good for her.
She's got all kind of awards.
Figured out a system.
Yeah, she figured out the system.
Right.
She figured out how people want to, like I said, live vicariously through people that they idolize, and she does that, and all these influencers do that, and not 100% of them.
Does she have like quiet moments with the camera? That's like Tom
I don't
Brady,
know. I don't watch
like Tom Brady did the other day.
Tom Brady.
I'm telling you,
did he retire again?
Yes. I was like, oh my God, what a fucking sad sack. I felt so sorry for him. He was saying, I'm not going to go through the big, retirement thing and all that. And I was like, dude, you just lost your family because of the decisions you made. I don't know anything about it. I'm guessing. and then you're going to come on TV and somberly tell everybody that you really are retiring, and he says the right things. Can I have one of these? Do you have another one? There's this. But I mean, it's such bullshit. And okay, so that leads me into the next thing, which I believe the world is changing. Constantly. I believe that the things that I've seen, the things that we've talked about here, but prior 30 years, because I'm 56 years old.
Right, we've seen 55. Shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're seeing trends.
Yeah, so I think I look at the Russia, the China, the North Korean. Okay, that's one sect of people in the universe. And then there's Western Europe, and then there's United States, North America, and some parts of South America.
And remember, it's not the people that are bad, it's the government.
Okay, well, that's a story for another day. But is that his last one?
Last one.
Give it to him.
Do you have a...
I got this. Okay, but the reason I know things are changing are basically this. The predictions that were made to me at LSU as a history major, and I know that y'all don't think that that's a big deal, but I learned something, right? Which is basically a view from the Earth from 30,000 feet. I'm a satellite, and I don't look at everything that happens. You got to look at the 10-year plan, right? Well, I'll be damned. China, Russia's in some shit. Russia put themselves there for a reason. If you really want to know what...
who's your boy? What's his name? Peter
Zeihan. He's the best geopolitician economist I've ever heard. And he's concise, and he puts his shit out. He's brilliant because he can view 60 pages of information and tell you.
One of the things he said about America is that he's not worried about millennials. He said millennials is,
are
sad as they are, and their mom's going to call and get them out of work. He said they contribute.
They're gonna say
he said what his real concern was the next generation, which my kids fall into, that there's 30% less of them in America. So we have a 30% deficit coming our way over the next 10 years, just like what you're speaking of China. Now, we're America, we're going to prevail.
Well, here's the thing.
It's a lot tougher on China than it is us.
Here's the reality, and Zeihan didn't say this, but I think he's mentioned it in passing. When I'm in the nursing home, a millennial will be wiping my ass. When the Chinaman is in the nursing home, which they don't have, there is no one to wipe their ass. They're in trouble.
No, well,
there's always
Asian culture, because I'm Asian, I'll tell you why we do not believe to put our people in nursing homes. Because the family is supposed to take them.
It's disrespectful, dude.
It is. And the family is supposed to take care of them. So the Chinaman you're talking about, his daughter or son will be wiping his ass.
I'm telling you, there's no daughter or son.
Oh, actually, they don't have them. They don't have them.
There's no people under 40 years old. It's a problem. They've had a problem because it was a one China policy, and now it's coming for 40 years ago or whatever. And the second wave of economic reality we've been talking about for years in different ways. But go back and listen to the last podcast. But World War II ended in what, 45, 46, really, ultimately. The United States set the rules of the planet because we won the war, right? And that was good. So we set borders against Moscow. We set borders against all these other crazy people like down in Argentina. And you somehow, and I learned this from Zeihan, if I'm saying his name right. We had naval power, which kept the shipping lanes open and all that throughout the planet. And this has been going on since then. Now it's starting to change. And it's starting to change in an interesting way because if I go to the grocery store.
This is interesting. Very good.
Okay, so if I go to the grocery store and I am a consumer and I want to buy, I don't know, fucking corn, pizza, cigarettes, and water, where does that come from? Well, a lot of it comes from around the planet because that's the way we set it up after the war. We wanted everybody to have a little piece of the pie because then everybody would live peacefully. And we made sure that the
I hate
trade
to say
happened.
this, but when you do that, it never works out.
Well,
when you give, when you give.
But it did.
But human nature is greed, right?
Okay, but it's a different story. But so generally speaking, we talk about oil in the United States. I heard a story the other day where there was a whale dead in New Jersey.
No, there was 15.
Okay, and somebody blamed it on shipping lanes and the ship hit it. Another person, this crazy...
Blamed it on the construction of the fans.
Yeah. And so I was like, hold on.
To that.
Wait a minute. Okay, so that person who was totally, I thought, a liberal, pushing, anti-oil, everything. When you start trickling information like that out, you now realize that the reality of getting rid of oil in 2025 in California is fucking ridiculous. It is. It's the most asinine thing, because you're starting to hear the same stories that we told on this podcast that I learned 2 years ago, which was when you build a Tesla, that is a deep, dark hole on the planet.
What do you mean by that?
When you're talking about, what do they call them? Credits? Carbon credits.
Yeah.
It costs the planet way more in deficit to build a Tesla than it does a Ford F-150 truck.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, it does. So, and we can prove that on another show. But because there's studies coming out. Well, the studies have always been there. Elon Musk is a farce, all that stuff. Is he? I don't know. Musk was just trying to create something that is going to be a big deal 200 years from now. I get it. And he's right. But you can't ask little kids in South Africa to go dig up uranium or whatever the fuck they go get to get the batteries, the stuff to make the batteries, to ship across the, where are they coming across from? The Atlantic. Coming up to the United States. All that oil and diesel is spent to get the material here. Now to make the battery, oh God, we got to put plastic. Oh, shit, that comes from oil too. Now we got to build the car. That's steel. How's that? That's coal-fired plants. Liberals need to really understand that what they talk about as being the future is, man, you got to understand what's happening now. And what's happening now, China, I see them, they're in trouble. And Russia's fucked because they were supposed to roll into Ukraine, grab a warm water port.
Russia was in a bad situation, and they made it worse.
I do think he did. But he might be able to get his way out of it just by subduing himself.
You know what we're all fighting for.
It's the end of the idea that they're a superpower. They're not. They're a paper tiger. And so is
what
China.
happens when you put a paper tiger against a wall?
Well, he sends a nuclear weapon into Belarus, or not Belarus. He likes Belarus.
That's what scares me.
Poland. So when he sends a nuclear weapon into Poland, what happens to him? 7 minutes, he's dead.
Oh yeah, World War III.
No, it won't be.
You don't think so?
Oh no, because he'll be dead.
If he launches a nuke, you don't think
no? But where
World
is he
War
at?
III happens?
He has not been seen for weeks or months, or whatever it was.
I would challenge you, and we can look it up. We know where that fucker is every second.
They're saying he's
Our
probably
military is
dead.
awesome.
Yes.
But the general public does not know where he is.
Yeah, and so he's silly. If he fires a nuke off to somehow save Russia, he's dead. The whole system caves.
Well, the rumor is he's already dying.
Parkinson's and cancer.
Yeah, he had. Yeah.
But if fine. let's say that he doesn't.
Blood cancer and thyroid cancer.
Something like
shit.
that. Yeah. That's the rumor.
I mean,
nobody knows because those fucking people lie about everything.
Oh, yeah.
But he is in trouble. And he physically, maybe, his country's in trouble. But we need them.
Think about how rough
we
that
need
would be.
Russia to be a viable country.
Think
for
about
oil
how rough
and
that
bread
would be.
and
Think about how tough that would be to be a Putin. You don't sleep at night.
You say
You're scared of everything.
Why do you say we need Russia? What do they have that we can't source elsewhere?
Good question.
They are a exporter of two very important things: food and fuel.
How much of our food and fuel do we get from Russia currently?
None. We don't get any.
Okay.
But
our allies?
Europe does. So in order for us...
They're fixing that, though. Didn't they? Germany shut down the pipeline not too long ago. Well, Russia shut down the pipeline that was going to Germany that fueled, 20% of their fuel supply?
It was blown up.
By us.
Oh, no, I don't remember that. Okay.
So that
makes sense.
Particular
It's
revenue
war, dude.
stream,
We're at war.
Revenue stream, that particular... And I'm starting to not remember my lines. But the idea that who blew that up and who did it benefit and who did it hurt?
Right.
It hurt Russia.
Right.
But
Swedish did a report and a study, and they didn't want to tell.
It's right off an island of Swedish.
What they said
island.
was, it looks like it's the United States. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to say it.
It's another form of punishing Russia quietly. It's kind of like what do you call it when you sanction them?
Yeah,
sanction. So that particular oil that was going through that pipeline was then deferred to these other three. There's not just one. And then there was another one that was being built, and that has been stopped. So Russia is in trouble.
Well, they are, but they're not.
Because how are they not?
Because a lot of their oil is being shipped to China and to India.
And it's very expensive to do that.
No.
Yes, it is. They don't have pipelines going through northeast Russia to China. And I've looked at this. We can look at it again. It's very strange. You would think that they would.
I know with India, they have a direct pipeline that goes into it.
And India can have all their oil.
And yeah, because they're getting it for dirt cheap right now.
Let India and Russia be friends. I don't give a shit about India, and I know that.
No.
But I mean,
I totally understand. And then, like, those three countries are being cordial to each other now,
right? Because they need each other.
They need each other,
right? Which is fine.
Actually, India doesn't really need them because they
need fuel, and
they were buying fuel from the U.S. before. So
and what they really need to get it from is OPEC. That's where they need to get it from. And the United States needs to be its own OPEC 2. And that's fine. And then those regions will be stabilized. But when China stops being a world consumer,
Chinese government,
which is happening. No, the people. You need people.
Dude, the people of China are nice.
People eating pizza. If there's no people to eat pizza, there's no pizza to be made. You see what I mean? It's a problem. They have a problem.
And I'm not being sarcastic, you are looking 20, 30 years in the future.
I'm looking 10 to 20. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's like our children are going to have a whole different political geosphere.
No, they're not, because they don't pay attention to it.
No, they will, because they
Go ahead, Wes.
There is one export that Russia does have that they export an ungodly amount more than any other country in the world.
Melania Trump?
Uranium.
Not uranium. Titanium.
Good. I hope they can fall back on something, because we don't want them to be poor. You know, we want them to be a viable country that doesn't fucking invade their neighbor. Okay, and I'll end with this. So the answer is exactly what I said we all talked about years ago. The answer lies with Mexico. So if you have a billion fucking Chinamen, and they're forcing their people to do all these, fucking Chinamen. You have a billion Chinamen, and they have this huge labor force that right now is getting older, and there's nobody to go sit in that seat and push that button and push the button.
Put the Chinese women in there.
They
have a soft touch.
Mexico's going to do that?
Yeah. Mexico has the people. And the only thing that I haven't heard...
China is going to outsource Mexican
Mexico's population is like
push the
400 million.
American companies will start moving their...
Chinese Mexicans like to go to China and press buttons.
Mexico is the answer for making the... Because the United States, y'all said it earlier, the consumer pool, the people who buy stuff is going to shrink in the near future.
Mexico's population is 126.7 million.
Okay.
Which is a lot less than U.S.
But there's a lot of people in Mexico that can...
U.S. is like 350, 400 million?
That's like not even 1% of China's population.
No.
Dude, so the good news is if everyone from Mexico crosses the border, we'll still be okay.
No. You give the manufacturer.
They don't have enough people.
Remember we were bitching that all of our pharmaceuticals are made in China?
How weird would it be if Americans started going to Mexico to do jobs?
It may happen. It may happen.
You got a white girl, you got a Karen mopping up in Cabo San Lucas in a condominium.
Hey, Jimmy,
y'all don't.
I agree with what you say, except one thing.
I love the Mexicans.
I don't believe it's going to Mexico. I think there's a labor pool that's still growing, which is right south of Russia, which it's India. There's so many companies that are developing in India.
Yeah, they call me every day.
And they do, right? Hello, Medicare. You need the Medicare. Right?
Extended car warranty.
But I'm telling you, it used to be just IT. Right. Now it's not.
Okay, and that was mentioned. That was mentioned in these reports.
Japan paid huge sums of money to India to have these American Chinese companies leave China to go to India. Because, Japan and China do not get along.
No, and they shouldn't.
They don't.
Well, Chinese policy towards Japan is very negative. Right.
When the state that I'm from, or my family is from, right?
Where is that?
It's called Gujarat, which is on central west of India. If you look at India, it's on the Pakistan-India border. Well, who is the Prime Minister of India is Modi, right? Modi is the Prime Minister. He is from that state.
Okay.
He is pushing everything in that area. So the number one manufacturer of cotton products, whatever.
This is interesting.
Not poly, but the
You're doing
fabric,
a good job explaining this.
Fabric is from it's a big ass city called Surat.
Okay.
Surat is number one.
Okay.
That's who manufactures all the
Walmart,
fabrics,
clothing,
and
whatever.
all that stuff, right? So, moving in that area, there's a lot of farmland that was there, and we have a lot of farmland. My family has a lot of farmland.
Up?
He's trying to. There's people are spending, millions of dollars on land. So, for instance, an acre in U.S. money, acre of land right now being sold in the area that I'm from is $500,000.
Jesus, good Lord!
For a freaking acre. Now, if you're closer to the highway,
why, though?
It's $1 million.
Why?
American money.
Is there something that they know that we don't?
No. So, what Modi ended up doing was before we had a lot of dirt roads, not unpaved roads. Every road in India is paved now. Every road.
Because he has the money.
He has the money. And what he's also doing is the untouchables, what we call the untouchables, were the poor people that basically worked for you to do everything else in your house.
The laborers.
Weren't allowed to get an education.
Holy
He said, screw that. Everybody is going to get an education. And these guys and girls...
The state paid for that?
Yeah, they get free school. So...
He's a good guy.
He is. Right. He's a really good guy. So the family that's been working for my family in India for generations, and we bring him stuff. We buy him laptops, whatever, when we go there. When I went there in 2019, the lady that cooks and cleans and everything for our house, she brought her daughter, and when meet my dad and my uncle and all this stuff. It's like she graduated high school and got accepted to university, and that's a huge deal that she graduated high school and she's going to university. Before it was never allowed.
Right.
Never ever was it allowed.
Wow.
Things are changing.
Things are changing. Huge. Right. So when India is pivoting from what it used to be to what it's going to be.
Y'all are being progressive, and that's awesome.
It's progressive.
Okay, but there's only a few nations on the planet that are doing that. India is one of them, but from what I read and saw, India's services, the equipment that they build, the tractors, the food that they make, that'll be a European theater thing. It's not going to be...
Not necessarily, dude. That's kind of what's going on.
American thing.
Things are pivoting. It may not be. It might be an Indian thing.
It costs too much to make something in India and ship it through the Mediterranean.
So what if India just makes it and then just ships it themselves?
Mexico, I'm telling you, you take the labor force in China and you get rid of all those people, and you you get rid of the cartels, which we could do in months.
Oh, easily.
Let's face it.
Easily, yeah.
The American...
We control half the cartels.
We could stop all that.
Then how is the CIA going to make money if we take out the cartels
They'll move
Mexico.
south. They'll go to Brazil because
don't kid yourself.
There's a ton of fucking people in Brazil.
There's a connection there.
And there is trainable... Humans you can train them, right?
Yep.
I can do this. That's all they do in a factory. I mean, it's not that fucking hard. I push the button when the light turned red. That's what they do in China. Those people aren't fucking brilliant. They're morons.
Fire. You're on fire tonight.
So I like Mexico, Canada, United States, Mexico, and I know our populations will dip.
North America's good, right?
But we can sustain everything ourselves, and this is why. We can move stuff around very easily on the water. We have more river systems than anywhere else on the planet combined. The United States has more easy ways to move barges. Ask Kenny. We can bulk move stuff very cheaply.
Easily.
Okay.
Because we're the best, dude.
And we have plenty of farmland. Half the farmland in America is not used because the government subsidizes the farmer not to plant something so they can grow something somewhere else to keep them in the global market and keep the globalization thing moving forward, which is what I'm arguing is dying. So now the United States farmers are going to kick ass. So if you want to do anything, go buy land in America.
But at the same time, right now, the Midwest is losing more land to your Bill Gates and other guys in China.
Why do you think they're fucking buying the property?
Because they want to take our property so we cannot farm.
It's going to be worth more. You think for a second that we're not going to... The Chinese government is going to own the property and they're not... And then they die as a nation and we're not going to say, fuck it. I'm taking the property. I'm growing rice. You got to be kidding me. Dude.
That's theory. That's theory.
That's not theory.
Now, the one thing we do know is that they are buying up the land.
They do. And we have a huge debt against China. China lent us so much money.
Fake money. And if they, let's say if they call the debt.
They're the Bank of America.
Right? No? What happens if we don't pay it?
Chinese Bank of America.
What do they do?
Nothing.
Uh-oh. They're fucked. They're fucked because they don't.
Our rating goes down.
Who cares? And probably good in some form or fashion for investors. I'm just saying that's my argument. We were talking about it before. I'll stop.
I really, really enjoyed what you just said because I understand it and I think you're right. I really think you're right. And Jimmy, I don't always say you're right about a lot of things, but this one.
It's weird.
You might be right on it.
You're not.
We've been right so many times. And even when we were just knuckleheads with the microphone in front of us right when we started, we were just babbling. We have made some profound statements in our babbling that are coming true today. And I suggest that anyone who hears this, all 15 of you, go look back, man. We called this shit. Yeah. From Pfizer to Fauci to the bullshit that was the COVID. All of it. We called it all.
Yep.
Through Rogan.
You can't call it a vaccine.
People we found off of Rogan.
Yeah.
You can't call it a vaccine because it's not a
all of
vaccine.
the above, both of you guys.
So it's just a shot you get to try to help you with COVID. It's not a vaccine.
It's a business.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you up with some
saline
solution.
They were trying to help people
and
not
charge.
Die. But
no, they're trying to help their pockets. That's what they're trying to do.
It's an inoculation. That's a tip. The correct term.
GQ. If this thing was everything they said it was, and we hoped it was, in the beginning, there wouldn't be boosters. There wouldn't be all these things. There wouldn't be Fauci now saying that herd immunity is awesome. The guys who talked about who were those first two doctors?
No, but if you notice, wait,
from California.
Hey, let's talk about Fauci real quick on that herd immunity. at the beginning, he did say
yes,
herd immunity was good. Is good.
He thinks you're so stupid that over a 2-year period, he can contradict himself 45 times, and the American public will fucking believe it.
Half of the public does believe
and
him.
they do.
And they do. His word is God.
More
and
than
now
half.
he is
More
backing
than
up.
half
He's
the public.
crawfishing from those things.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
We don't know what we don't know. I heard him say that not too long ago, and I was like, well, that's fucking brilliant now.
He's got a $134 million payoff.
Right. So I know now that you make more money than I do, so I must be doing something wrong. Dr. Fauci.
With not an MD, though.
He's going to
He's not an MD.
Really?
He's not an MD.
He's a researcher.
What kind of PhD?
He's a PhD, right?
I gotta know.
And you know, I don't know if we said this last time, but Pfizer's CEO is a veterinarian, not a MD.
Huh.
What about that doesn't discount them
He's
as
MD.
a CEO.
Is he? When?
Yeah. Cornell University, MD.
Honorary or just regular?
No, just
Colonel?
I
Colonel.
thought he was for the longest time, I kept having a PhD.
Doctor of Medicine in 1966 and ranked first in his class.
Yeah,
no
he's
less.
no joke.
Oh, maybe then. Okay.
Who put him in his place? I think Trump did.
No. Fauci's been in office
He's been there for
forever.
I think Bush.
Yeah,
but
the original Bush.
Yeah.
Fucking
OG
Republicans.
Bush.
yeah,
Fucking Republicans.
fucking Republicans suck ass.
Oh, and he was the one that headed up the AIDS crisis back in the 80s.
And how'd
Well,
that
she
go?
started, but whatever.
Right. Monkeypox.
Oh yeah, they
I mean,
had
what
sex
was-
with a monkey or
what
ate
was,
a monkey.
it
Wait.
went
Why is it
well.
always you eating something? You ate a monkey, so you get AIDS. You ate a bat, so you get COVID.
Why is it always attached?
You ate a chicken, so you get the SARS or whatever it was.
Right.
My gay buddy was in town for Christmas, and we were hanging out talking, and I was like, "You had monkeypox lately?" And he goes, "God damn, man, they're throwing everything at us," you know. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I said, "I saw where it was traced back to one party in New Jersey, New York, or something, and it went like from that party to 1,200 people across the country." And I was like, "You guys,
So how did that one party
get
get
laid
it?
more than I do?"
How did that one party get it? That one I mean,
There was
subject zero.
There was a subject zero, right? And that's what they were doing. I think they were trying to find subject zero.
I mean, it was just like someone popped him with a shot and didn't even know.
No, just
'Cause that's what they
whatever.
do, right?
Some weird dynamic virus or something.
No, it's because what they do if it's man made, your party pop you a little shot. You don't
10,
even know, and you're fucked.
100.
Yeah, and it goes. You spread it.
I don't know about that, but hey, let me ask you this: how's AIDS doing these days?
What is AIDS?
They basically they didn't cure it. They haven't figured out a way to cure it. But they had a way to,
there's a cure.
maybe there is.
There is because
There's a treatment though.
Talk to Magic Johnson.
Just inject money directly into your veins.
Exactly.
You won't have AIDS.
Had AIDS at the time when everybody was dying, and he got treatment in Germany, and you couldn't even tell he had AIDS.
Right. Yeah,
Wow.
there's a treatment. That's the thing. But like you said, the company that makes the treatment has got to make money. So
yeah.
they're suppressing the cure if there is one.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to
public
to know.
If you're diagnosed with HIV before it ever gets to AIDS, they treat it and you never get AIDS.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's how that works.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah, it's like a full blown. They call it full blown AIDS.
Full-blown
it's different.
AIDS, yeah.
But I really want to talk about the financial crisis we're in now.
Oh
Okay.
God, I have to go home. Wait, now.
Should we wait for Sweet D?
Yeah, let him. Let's do that. Let's do that next time.
No, it's huge right now. It's huge.
It is big. It's going to be bigger next week when we talk about this next week.
Okay, so let me do a little snippet.
You
Can I
give
get
us
a little snippet?
Preview of episode 2.
Yes. So when they raise their rates, people expect it to help inflation, help the economy. But in actuality, when you raise the rates this fast and this high, it kills the middle class because the middle class are the business owners.
Right.
And when you're paying 9-10% in interest rates on your small business, what happens?
You pass that along to the consumer, and
Sometimes
the
you
consumer
can't.
pays more.
Sometimes you can't.
Well, then you go out of business. Okay.
There you go.
But
so
conversely, we just in 2020 they passed all these in 2021, like the PPP loan and all these low or no interest or forgiven loans. So
that hurts the economy.
That hurts it, and that
because
causes inflation.
Now we got to raise the interest rate.
But
where's that money come from?
Causes inflation, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're trying to fight inflation. You're having more expenditures. Congress is passing another $500 billion bill.
I don't think that matters much.
It does. When you have to raise,
we're never going to balance.
No, when you have to raise your debt ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a debt ceiling for a reason, and you have to keep raising it. That means you're spending too goddamn much.
Yeah.
Well,
but we're growing as a country as well.
Yeah,
that's an arbitrary ceiling.
No, you're not, because we're in recession because you had 2 negative periods of. So your curve is down. So you're in a definite recession. Your GDP is negative right now.
Sure. Right.
So
you're in a recession.
We're in a
growing.
deficit, is what you're saying.
And you're not growing.
Right.
With that, and what this does, and we had conversations with FDIC we last week and this week, and we've had conference calls, and my question was, you want to keep raising rates after Janet Yellen said December was the last increase, and all of a sudden you want to try to increase it again in February.
And the markets react to that information.
They do, but no, markets are going to say, fuck you guys. Markets went up again today.
Really?
They did. But who are you hurting when you do this? You're not hurting the Apples, the Samsungs, or the big corporations. You're not.
It's you and me.
Yes. You're hurting the small people, the middle class people.
Right.
That's who you're hurting. And so what does that do? It kills the middle class.
Mm-hmm.
The middle class is getting smaller and smaller every sinking day. There's more and more businesses going out of business because of these increases.
And that creates more Democratic voters.
It does. Because all SBA loans are based off of prime, right?
Yeah.
And they're always floating. So when you have a prime rate, when you first open up at 4.25, say prime plus half a point, so you're paying 4.75.
Yeah.
That was a year ago.
Right. And they raised it 6 times since then.
6 times. So prime is at 7.5. So you're paying 8% interest right now.
Yeah.
And so you priced everything off what you've done on 4.25 or 4.5, whatever it was.
But you
I didn't realize SBA was variable like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I thought it was like fixed to the rate that when you signed it.
No, SBA is variable.
That sucks.
Yep.
I think so what you're saying, though, in my question, and I don't have the answer, Keynesian, what's the other one? Type of economic systems that we follow, a little of both. So I'd have to ask, is Janet Yellen, who I've never seen anything. What was the guy, Greenspan, before him? He had tons of critics too, right?
Yeah.
But he did all these wonderful things for the United States. I see it as being the United States is going to be the last man standing. We will be. We will be as a people.
We will, because we have these multi-trillion-dollar corporations now.
Capitalism works. Capitalism works, right? So I'm thinking in the future.
But it's not becoming capitalism,
Russia
right?
and China, they get in trouble and they're fighting amongst themselves, and we don't give a shit about them. We kill them all, right? What we're going to be doing is growing food, having children,
but
going to the bathroom and flushing the toilet.
But you and me won't be doing that. It's the conglomerates that will be doing that. It's the Amazons. It's your Apples. It's these huge companies, your Walmarts. These are the companies that will be doing that, because they will drive the small business, which made this country what it is, away.
I hear you.
And this is the first step to doing that.
You remember,
because it's easier for me or you or me or producer Wes to sell to a bigger company now, because can you afford the 9% rate?
We in the United States have antitrust laws. We have stuff to...
Really? No, you don't. No, you don't.
Until it becomes an issue, you do.
Energy?
Yeah.
Our area is all energy, right? Is it?
Well,
state enforced monopoly.
When they did
Thank God.
Ma Bell.
Yeah.
When they disbanded Ma Bell,
breakup.
it's all back together again.
Yeah. exactly.
I mean, it's antitrust, but to a point.
It's
Amazon.
all back together until it's not. Well,
what
that's
is Amazon?
a business model that nobody else had.
It's still
not really.
It's they dominate them.
They own a market and they sell everything on the market.
Exactly.
You don't have to buy from them.
Antitrust law stated that you 70% or 60%, you can't have more than that of the market. They have 90% of the market.
Okay, until somebody comes
and they own the market.
They have. Alibaba tried. There's Walmart's trying. They can't.
Even small business owners try to sell stuff on the market, and as soon as they come out with a revolutionary product that no one else is doing, Amazon copies it, finds distributors, and starts making it and underprices them to kick them off.
Probably through China.
Yep. Oh, definitely through China.
So that's about to end. So I guess my point is I have faith in the American system. I don't have faith in the Russian or Chinese system.
I had faith in the American system, but the government that's controlling the American system, I have no faith in anymore.
Okay. You can believe that. Because when push comes to shove.
And you need a little love. Call me up. Don't be shy. My love will make you high.
And the pistols come out. Guess who's going to win?
This is not pistols anymore. It's not old school warfare anymore.
It's called AKs.
No, but it's not. This is not
AR-15s.
There's
not 3 of them in my house.
I understand
There's 3
that.
AR-15s in my house.
This is not old school warfare anymore.
None of them are mine.
No, it's not a war.
No, but if they zap you here and everything goes dark, what are you going to do?
It's a war of economics and of information. That's what
it is now.
I guess when it comes down to caveman, America's going to win.
But it's not caveman anymore.
It comes down to it. What you're saying when they turn the lights off and we're all fucking trying to find food and whatever. On a world scale, not local like here in town, we'll win.
Yeah.
We'll win.
If you can't press that button to release the nukes
in time.
And they already released theirs after they shocked you out.
Yep.
We'll lose a few cities. But we'll win. Okay, wrap it up.
Oh yeah. Hey, everybody, listen to our podcast on the Facebook. Fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook.
Oh, we were right about that.
Oh God, yeah, really.
Weren't we right about that?
100%.
Fuck Facebook.
Follow us on Instagram. We don't have a TikTok because also fuck TikTok.
Fuck
yeah.
More than Facebook. China.
We don't have to fuck them. They're fucking themselves.
Exactly.
Leave us a comment and maybe we'll mention it on the next episode.
And if you have any other topics that you want us to discuss, let us know.
Yeah. Pessimism.show is the website, by the way.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are exaggerated for comedic effect and do not necessarily reflect those held by any involved parties, including the hosts, producer, or R&R Mobile Recording. The contents and audio of this episode are copyrighted by R&R Mobile Recording, except where audio excerpts are played, of which the copyright is displayed in the episode description. For more information, please visit our official website at pessimism.rrmobilerecording.com.